you think of this SpongeBob shirt somebody got me? Brother, I've never seen the SpongeBob show. I know it takes a lot of imagination, but is it worth watching? Okay, I don't have time. Okay. Anyway, thanks for joining us. We're on a bunch of different channels. They took us off of YouTube, but you'd probably find us on there. A lot of people post my stuff on YouTube. So we're on Facebook is the big one now, 151,000 subscribers. On Rumble, on X, on our own app, Hovind.tv. And let's see, what else? We're on Twitter, or X, the same thing, and TikTok. Just sign up for all of them, okay? They take us off of one, find us someplace else. We want to help strengthen your faith in the Word of God. You can like the channels, share with other people, comment, subscribe, and spread the message. Spread the message. Probably somebody you know needs what we're about to hear tonight. August the 5th. Proverbs 10. Coming up in a couple of weeks, Creation Boot Camp. Come on down. Titus, are the cabins full for boot camp? Oh, still got room? After tomorrow, they might be full. Hurry. Book them. 855 Big Dino, extension 5. They Titus, save me a cabin. They're free. We just want to strengthen your faith. It's going to be the last 3 days of August for our boot camp this year. Help us stay open for free. Join our 777 club. Become a member. It's free. We don't charge. I want you to donate, if you can, $1 a day, $31 a month. drdino.com. 9 years and 3 months now we've been open. Visitors from all over the place. Get our video series on creation, $50 for the whole thing. Copy it, return it, get your money back. Same thing with our Woe series. What on earth is about to happen? About the future. What you can just see it coming like a freight train. Anyway, let's see. What do you need at DAL? Well, we need. I think we got a cook. Praise God. We need carpenters. Visitors coming from all over the place. We need another Jeep, a 4-door Jeep. Okay. We're just talking about selling the 2-door Jeep, which really doesn't do us any good. $19.95. You know, you can get a antique title for that one now, 30 years old, and you don't have to renew the plates or nothing. Yeah. No, it says Alabama's 30 years. Yeah. I'm over that. I should get an antique. Okay. Come visit. We need another 4-door Jeep. We fill them up and use them up, and we had 2 broke down today. So we had to divide up our tour. I hate that. I want to get it all done. So we're looking for anything. Yeah, that's a 2010 out in the woods. Can't find the owner. I'd like to get him and say, look, you want to sell it or swap it or something. Family from the Philippines. We did all this already. There's the crab. All the rest of the pieces are filled in, you guys. Thank you. Praise God. Now you got to foam it and fiberglass it and paint it and fill it with signs and displays inside. And it'd be cool. The world's largest horseshoe crab just moved to Lenox, Alabama. There you go. That's you out there, brother. Josh, we're going to get you more business than you can handle. You're going to have to hire a crew in Biloxi, Mississippi to do all your work. Okay? Call him. 601-463-2515. Been a great blessing. He donated a whole bunch of time here. He drove a trailer and truck up to get some of the crabby parts. Brought him back down. Been working for, a month now, putting it together. Okay, let's see. We're going to go to, I got all that. Come help us build Noah's Ark. We need a lot of help on that. Going to go to Psalm 420. Proverbs chapter 10. It starts as switch in the book of Proverbs. A collection of short, contrasting aphorisms attributed to Solomon, focusing on wisdom, righteousness, and the consequences of one's actions. Yeah, be careful what you do. The Lord ensures righteousness will not lack necessities. Righteous. But the desires of the wicked will be thwarted. We're going to go through some of these here tonight. Proverbs chapter 10 is a bunch of miscellaneous bits of wisdom. And I got my old Bible that I got when I first got saved, 1969, at Bethel Baptist Church in Pekin, Illinois. Pastor talked me into getting a Schofield reference edition after I'd been saved for a few months. And I started keeping notes in the front of when I started reading the Old Testament and New Testament, when I finished. And I got until I wore the Bible out. I also kept in here lots of cool, pithy sayings. I would hear people say things, and man, I'm going to write that down. That's cool. Proverbs. Basically, it's modern day Proverbs. I don't know if you can see the pages are pretty well shot here. Let me just read a couple of them here to you. It's better to become bent from hard work than become crooked from avoiding it. Whosoever believeth, not whosoever behaveth. Man says, show me and I'll believe. God says, believe me and I'll show you. Many spend more time in the supper room than they do in the upper room. Your life will go in the direction of your affection. Meekness and weakness are not to be confused. The smallest person in the world is a person wrapped up in himself. It's no disgrace to try and fail, but it's a disgrace to fail to try. Bill Rice. The devil will extend plenty of credit, but think of the payments. Those who have learned the art of abiding under pressure are those who will be able to go through life without breaking under the strain. Wealth is not his that has it, but his that enjoys it. Money's a good servant, but a dangerous master. Many people who aim to do right are very poor shots. Anyone can make enemies, only a true Christian can love them. I just, page after page after page of pithy sayings, I guess is the best way to, modern day Proverbs. We're going to look at what King Solomon said to his son, the Proverbs of Solomon. A wise son maketh a glad father, but a foolish son is the heaviness of his mother. You know, mothers, when their son does something stupid, it upsets them and it just burdens them, okay? There's a mother weeping as her son is sentenced for doing something stupid. What did he say? A wise son maketh a glad father, but a foolish son is the heaviness of his mother. Boy, is that the truth. Break mom's heart. Treasures of wickedness profit nothing, but righteousness delivereth from death. The Lord will not suffer. In Old English, that's a word, the Lord will not allow. The word suffer meant allow in 1611. The Lord will not suffer the soul of the righteous to famish, but he casteth away the substance of the wicked. Something about being wicked, all through here, the Proverbs, you're going to end up poor. Stuff's going to be thrown away. He becometh poor that dealeth with a slack hand, but the hand of the diligent maketh rich. Be diligent, keep going, you'll be fine. He that gathereth in summer is a wise son, but he that sleepeth in harvest is a son that causes shame. You know, there's times when you ought to be up and working. Some of you don't get up and get to work till 9 o'clock, and then you say, oh, it's too hot, I can't work today. It was fine at 5 o'clock. You could have worked from 5 to 9, got 4 hours in before it got hot. Yeah, but no, you can't handle that, can you? You had to play video games till 2 in the morning. Okay. Blessings are upon the head of the just, but the violence covereth the mouth of the wicked. Again, pithy little short sayings all here. The memory of the just is blessed. When you think of good people, their memory is great. You think of people that did great things, man, great memory. But the name of the wicked shall rot. I have good memories of my dad, Marine, World War II, only survivor of his platoon, sergeant in the Marines. Brilliant man. In the early days of radar, he was involved in that, setting up radar bases and stuff like that. My mom was a kindergarten teacher for years, retired. Taught us boys how to love reading and love studying and love learning. I have hundreds of great memories of Dad. Let's see. The memory of the just is blessed. I think about Dad, it's almost all good. Only heard him raise his voice one time, teaching me to drive the Volkswagen at 13 years of age. Let the clutch out slow, son. After about 30 times of me popping the clutch and peeling out and doing wheelies with this Volkswagen, he had it. I said, let it out slow. I didn't know he knew how to yell. He was 6'2", a Marine, sergeant, World War II. Yeah, he can handle himself, but he was a kind man. Dads, build good memories of you in your children. If your kids talk about you at school, my dad is, what do they say? Well, have you built good memories? Will they remember you screaming and yelling? I don't remember that one time Dad raising his voice. I very rarely do raise my voice, okay? He taught me also and said unto me, let thine heart retain my words, keep my commandments and live. Get wisdom, get understanding, forget it not. Neither decline from the words of my mouth. Forsake her not, she shall preserve thee. Love her, she shall keep thee. He taught me. Boy, I can say that about my dad. He taught me so many thousands of little things. When we're getting ready to, drive a car, he teach me how to check the tires and why. Why does it matter how much air is in the tire? Well, if it's not properly inflated, you're going to wear the tire out faster. If you put too much air in it, the bottom's bulging out and you're going to wear a little stripe down the middle. If you don't have enough air, you're going to wear out the edges of the tread, plus the sidewall. And he just taught me little stuff like that and the importance of that. Anyway, taught me practical things. If your dad didn't teach you, quit complaining, break that chain, and do it for your kids. You say, I didn't have a good dad. Well, quit complaining and be the dad for your kids. Duh. Teach them how to earn money. Teach them how to spend it wisely. Teach them the difference between passive and active income. Active income, you go to work, you get paid, you go to work, you get paid. If you don't go to work, you don't get paid. Passive income, you work one time really hard, get paid the rest of your life for that work. Like writing a book, writing a song, building a house, having an apartment. Okay, that's passive income. You ought to have both. Dad would say, son, if you're going to go fishing to feed your family, don't go put a hook in the water. Put 30 hooks in the water. You have a variety of income. Some of you only got one income, and when you lose your job, you panic. Well, I've never had stock in my life, okay, but if you bought some stock or some investments in something. The memory of the just is blessed. Verse 8, the wise in heart will receive commandments, but a prating fool shall fall. Prating, to utter foolishly, to speak without reason or purpose, to chatter or babble. How many of you have ever heard somebody speak, just babble, 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 speak foolishly? They pratter, okay? I've seen had several in the debates I've done, okay? The word prating is found in the Bible 3 times, twice here in this chapter, Proverbs 10. For 3 John chapter 1. Wherefore, if I come, I'll remember his deeds, which he doeth, prating against us. What is this? Well, let's look at it. 3 John, there's 4 books named John. There's the book Gospel of John, then there's 1 John, 2 John, 3 John. Those are 3 short letters. I wrote unto the church, but Diotrephes, who loveth to have the preeminence among the brethren. Some people just like to think they're hot stuff, you know. Received us not. So I wrote to the church, and Diotrephes, one of the members of this church, said, no, John, you can't come here. We don't want you. The Apostle John, you know, one of Jesus' disciples. Wherefore, if I come, I will remember his deeds, which he doeth, prating against us with malicious words. He's babbling and babbling. Not content therewith, neither doth he himself receive the brethren, and forbiddeth them that would, and casteth them out of the church. He'd find out, you're going to let John come to, oh, we're throwing you out of the church. That's the kind of guy Diotrephes was. He that winketh with the eye causes sorrow, but a prating fool shall fall. The mouth of the righteous is a well of life, but violence covereth the mouth of the wicked. Hatred stirreth up strife, but love covereth all sins. Powerful verse right there. If you really love somebody, you can cover their, you don't have to tell everything bad about them. Hatred stirreth up strife, love covers all sins. Proverbs 12, we're going to get there later. A fool's wrath is presently known, but a prudent man covereth shame. You don't have to tell everything you know that's bad about somebody. He that covereth a transgression seeketh love. He that covereth his sin shall not prosper. I probably know things about some of the staff here, some of the neighbors around here. I could probably really embarrass them. No, my job is to help them learn and grow, okay? Now, once in a while, you have to, you know, expose them and smack them around. Above all things, have fervent charity among yourselves. Charity shall cover a multitude of sins. Okay, back to Proverbs. In the lips of him that hath understanding, wisdom is found. But a rod is for the back of him that's void of understanding. The only thing some people understand is you got to get a stick and beat them. They don't get it. I said, don't sit on the hood of my car. Bang, bang. Okay. Then they, oh, I get it. Wise men lay up knowledge, but the mouth of foolish is near destruction. A rich man's wealth is his strong city. The destruction of the poor is their poverty. This business about a rod, found in the Bible a bunch of times, okay? And the first one is here in Exodus chapter 4. God said, Moses, go tell Pharaoh, let my people go. He said, Lord, I can't do that. I can't hardly speak. I stutter real bad. How am I going to do that? I don't have an army to go tell Pharaoh anything. He said, what do you have in your hand? He said, a rod. That'll do. Let's go. And with that rod, he did all kinds of things. Parted the Red Sea, you know, turned the water into wine. Just with that rod. Put forth thine hand, take it by the tail. That's when it turned into a snake. You can read Exodus 4. Exodus 7. Pharaoh said, show me a miracle. So he dropped it. It became a snake, okay? And they took that rod, and when they're going to decide who gets to be the high priest of the 12 tribes, Aaron's rod budded. Each of the tribe leaders got a rod, carved their name on it. They put them all together someplace. Next morning, Aaron's rod had grown branches, leaves, and almonds overnight on a dead stick. Moses said, every one of you princes, give him a rod apiece. And the rod of Aaron was among the rods. And the Lord said to Moses, bring Aaron's rod before the testimony and keep for a token against the rebels. After this happened, God made it real clear. Aaron is to be the priest. They took that rod, his walking stick, and put it in the Ark of the Covenant. It was in there with the Ten Commandments for years. In Revelation 2, he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations. Wow. When Jesus rules during that 1,000-year reign, if you've been faithful, you get to be a ruler. I want to be mayor of Lenox. He shall rule them with a rod of iron. What's he need that for? Because some people get out of line. He's going to explain it to them in a language they understand. Okay? In the lips of him that hath understanding, here it is. A wise man lay up knowledge, but the mouth of the foolish is near destruction. The rich man's wealth is his strong city, but the destruction of the poor is their poverty. The labor of the righteous tendeth to life, the fruit of the wicked to sin. Some people, that's just their nature. They're going to do something bad. They love cursing, swearing, doing things bad, saying things bad. He is in the way of life that keepeth instruction, but he that refuseth reproof erreth. The Bible, in Proverbs especially, has a whole lot of stuff about if you don't listen to somebody when they scold you or tell you don't do that, when they reprove you, you head for disaster that way. He that hideth hatred with lying lips, and he that uttereth the slander is a fool. Slander. I have heard the slander of many. Fear was on every side. While they took counsel together against me, they devised to take away my life. You should see all the slander about Christians all through history. All the things when Paul finally got to Rome in Acts chapter 28, he'd been in prison and moved around on ships, shipwrecked, and all kinds of stuff. He finally got there to Rome. And he asked the church there in Rome, have you heard about my case? You know why I came here to appeal to Caesar? All this new Christian stuff. They said, all we know is everywhere it is spoken against. Read that verse in Acts 28. That's a good sign you're doing something right. Jesus said, they're going to hate you. Because they hate me, they're going to hate you. Well, yay. Somebody slandering you, mark it down. You get great rewards. I trusted in thee. Okay. In the multitude of words there wanteth not sin, but he that refraineth his lips is wise. The more you talk, the more you're likely to say things you shouldn't say. Just zip it. The tongue of the just is as choice silver. The heart of the wicked is little worth. The lips of the righteous feed many, but fools die for want of wisdom. He that spareth his words is a man of understanding, and a man of understanding is an excellent spirit. Just you don't have to tell everything you know. Don't talk so much. Even a fool, when he holdeth his peace, is counted wise. He that shutteth his lips is esteemed a man of understanding. You think, wow, that guy's really smart. He never talks. It's better to remain silent and be thought a fool than to open your mouth and remove all doubt. Those ladies on The View, they should just keep their mouth shut most of the time, shouldn't they? Going to get in trouble. The blessing of the Lord maketh rich, he addeth no sorrow with it. It's sport to a fool to do mischief. Some people think it's just funny. Let's drive by and do something bad. The fear of the wicked, it shall come upon him, but the desire of the righteous shall be granted. The whirlwind passeth, so is the wicked no more, but the righteous is an everlasting foundation. As vinegar to the teeth and smoke to the eyes, that is irritating, so is the sluggard to them that send him. Have you ever sent somebody on an errand and they just took too long to do it? You're standing there holding up the board. Here, give me the hammer, give me the hammer. 15 minutes later, they come back. What happened? Well, I had to take a shower and do my hair. The sluggard. It's irritating to send a sluggard on a job. The fear of the Lord prolongeth days, but the years of the wicked shall be shortened. He that sendeth a message by the hand of a fool cutteth off the feet and drinketh damage. The Bible's got a lot of proverbs on this topic. If somebody sends you on an errand, do it quickly, okay? The hope of the righteous shall be gladness, but the expectation of the wicked shall perish. The way of the Lord is strength to the upright, but destruction shall be to the workers of iniquity. The righteous shall never be moved. Now watch this. But the wicked shall not inhabit the earth. The wicked are not going to inhabit the earth. You know why? Because the Christians are going to inherit the earth. His soul shall dwell at ease. His seed shall inherit the earth. Evildoers shall be cut off, but those that wait upon the Lord, they shall inherit the earth. How'd you like to have the whole planet? The meek shall inherit the earth. Such as blessed of him shall inherit the earth, and they that be cursed of him shall be cut off. Blessed are they that mourn, they shall be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Yeah, we got 140 acres. It's pretty cool. Wait till we get Judgment Day. And see, here, Hovind, you can have the whole state of Alabama. We're going to build a dinosaur adventureland that won't quit. Okay. The mouth of the just bringeth forth wisdom, but the froward tongue shall be cut out. You know, some people, you just can't wait to hear them speak because they're going to give you some kind of wisdom. Who's that guy, Green Beret, or the is it Virginia representative? Nick Freitas. I love to hear that guy talk. It's always wisdom coming out of his mouth, you know. It's great. Nick Freitas, if you get a chance. The lips of the righteous know what's acceptable, but the mouth of the wicked speaketh frowardness. That's stubbornness. Okay, end of Proverbs chapter 10. Any questions or comments there, Joseph?
Yes, sir.
I took your anatomy and physiology homeschool class many years ago. Loved it. Well, good. Thank you. What do you think about the North Pole? It's chilly up there. Never been there. I don't know how thick the ice is up there. Pretty thick. Did you eat the honey bun in prison? I don't know what that means.
Just typical prison food.
Typical prison food? Yeah, believe me, for 9 years, I haven't had the prison food, yeah. Okay. You gave me a DVD at the fruit stand in Monroeville. Well, yeah, glad you joined our channel. Come up. If you're in Monroeville, come visit Dinosaur Adventureland. It's free. It's really great. Let's see. Galatians 2:20 is what it's all about. Amen. I agree. By the way, you can get our DVDs, get a stack of them for our cost of producing just one single one. Pass them out for like gospel tracts. We use video number 3, Dinosaurs in the Bible. It's an easy one to give away. I give away a bunch today, you know.
They can watch it on Rumble too, though.
What now?
They can watch it on Rumble.
Watch it on Rumble. Okay. Seminar part 3, Dinosaurs in the Bible. Okay. Let's see. Supporter. Jesus will rule with a rod of iron. Do we get corrections in heaven? You know, it's interesting. It says, when we shall see him, we shall be like him. So I think we're not going to have this sin nature anymore. Once we go through, you know, once you die and come up through the judgment seat of Christ, then you won't even want to sin. I'm ready for that. Real ready for that. Okay? Nick Freitas. Yep, me too. Love it. Deborah, thank you. Love listening to you, dude. I'm hoping this fall, when work slows down, me and my dad want to come to Dinoland. Well, good. David, come on down. Free. Love to have you. That's it. Hey, my throat's about headed. See you tomorrow night. Whack an atheist. Real fun. Love it. See you tomorrow. Bye.